This will be the just the last recording for this. I'm not even sure how I'm going to release this yet, but I've been putting up, I don't know if you even know who I am, but I've been putting them up, putting some free videos up on YouTube, and if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on Facebook. The links will be there, and I just wanted to explain how I realigned with Source and some of the experiences I've had and what Vibe Sync actually is. So Vibe Sync it's just a method that I was inspired to by Source. Like I was sitting there writing my book, or trying to write my book, and I was thinking, oh, I really want a way of, because the thought streams come so fast sometimes, you just can't scribble them down fast enough. So I thought, I had this desire, what can I do about this? And then Source said, well, get out your digital recorder and record yourself, record whatever thought stream you have. And then it said, and also, when you listen back to the thought that you just had, because you're focusing on that thought, you're maintaining your focus and therefore attracting, because law of attraction always attracts the next relief or the next version up. You only have access to like one step ahead of you, right? So when you're listening back to a thought, the next step will pop into your head as an inspiration. You feel a relief, and so you record that thought, and you just keep on. So what I do first I record one, which will probably be about, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, depending on if I'm doing video, or it really depends on when I run out of steam, basically. So I listen back to that one, and then I'll get the inspiration to record the relief, the thought that causes relief. So I'll pause the first one, record that new thought, and then, because I call it on purpose by accident now, it's like synchronicities that happen that, you actually created, you're just oblivious to them. Because this MP3 player I'm using has a mechanism where you can actually pause something you're listening to, record another entry, and then you can just press play again, and it plays exactly from where you were. So it's kind of like you're forming this tree of thoughts where you just keep on bouncing off and creating branches, right? So you record the second one, and then you go back to where you paused the first one, and you keep on listening, and you just keep on re-recording, pausing and playing and listening, and eventually you're like, you could do this for hours, and you can just get into these ridiculous states of bliss where you find things in your mind that you've never even read before, because you're literally in sync with the leading edge of thought, and you're proving Einstein's theories wrong, and you're like seeing the walls blink in and out of existence, and it's just amazing how high this method can take you. And so that's how this method works, and this is what I use. Like whenever I feel any resistance, I just either, the power of it is like you get yourself into these states, and if you dip a little bit back, which you usually do because of the law of attraction, you dip back sometimes, you lose a bit of momentum, you just re-listen to the work you did the day before, and because you're just focusing on the same thoughts, it just pulls you back into frequency with where you were. And it's so easy to maintain love once you reach it, because you just keep on leveraging the same thoughts, the same vibrations. And that's how you build momentum, because the law of attraction makes it hard to get out of your old habits, but it only takes a few days to form new beliefs. And I think that's why this method's so powerful. I think I explained this before. Like, it's a mirror where, because people aren't really aware of the beliefs they hold, they can't see them. And it's a way for you to really hear the beliefs that are playing out, because the words that you use are actually the story in action. And the story in action is what is creating your life, what is creating your reality. So you could literally just buy one of these recorders, and this is what I've been doing. Go sit in the park a few hours every day and do your emotional work, and the rest of the universe takes care of itself. And you literally just start having these amazing manifestations that it almost feels like you're cheating, because it's just too easy. Like, so I suppose my first kind of glimpse of enlightenment was spontaneously. I had this experience where I was just getting ready to go to bed. I was really clean and pure, because I was a 100% raw foodist for about 6 months, and it's like this light switch just turned on, and I just knew who I was. And the whole room was like my apartment was just, I just knew that I was everything within it. I was my girlfriend, I was my cat, I was all the furniture, I was the walls. And the walls were literally the confines of my lungs. They were breathing in and out. And there were no boundaries, no resistance. And the cat as me knew that I was its source, and I knew that it was my source. And it came and sat on my chest. And at the time it had this sore eye, like it was really red and swollen, and as soon as I saw that, this is why I say, like, you don't need to focus on some image for 15 minutes a day and, like, try and create this reality. It's so subtle. The asking is so subtle. It was barely even a thought. Like, I didn't even think, oh, I want to heal the eye. And the eye just, it's like the source became the image that contained the healed eye. And because I was the source, it manifested instantly. And the eye just healed right in front of me. Like, it was, one moment it was like really diseased, and the next I saw it like just morph into this perfectly healthy eye. And the cat was just like, I was just completely in love with this cat. And it was completely in love with me. And it said, "Thank you, you're so beautiful."